This is the Shaggy Parasol, or Chlorophyllum rhacodes. Now, again, like it's not quite as big as my hand, but I can't wrap my hand around it. These guys are edible. They're way too far gone. Let's actually just take one up. Oh, so solid. Like, look at this beauty. Just absolutely gorgeous. Probably got a lot of bugs in it. There is one that is a look-alike, but it has green spores. This is the reason why you always do spore prints. These have white spores, white to cream, and like I say, if you do a spore print and it's got green spores, do not eat it. Toxic as heck. But yeah, these guys are gonna put you back. Not that it's gonna regrow or anything, but let you spread some more spores there, pal. And like they're everywhere here. Now I walk through here every couple of days, and I did not spot this insanity. These guys are just opening. They are perfect. 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 They're going to be coming home with me. Besides the fact, there are other ones that are so far gone, like that first big one I showed you. So I don't mind harvesting 5 when there's 28 out here. Hey everybody, we're back and we're foraging. We are looking for some curly dock or broadleaf dock to make our pasta. We're using it for a flour alternative, which is this beautiful plant here. You've probably seen them. This is the broadleaf Rumex obtusifolia, and the other one is curly dock or yellow dock, and it's Rumex crispus. How can you tell the difference? Well, the leaves on these guys are broad. They're kind of ovate, and the curly leaves are longer and kind of wavy edges. The other way to identify is these seeds. Try to get them. So they've both got the 3-sided seed, but the broadleaf has little tiny spikes sticking out of each little blade, whereas the curly does not. And I'll show you a close-up when we get back to the house and start preparing. Alright, so we've already got the parasol mushroom to make the sauce for the pasta. We'll make kind of a stroganoff sauce for it, and we're going to carry on, and I'll see you back at the house. So you can see on the broadleaf dock, it's got these little spikes coming off the fins, tiny, and it's still got the 3 seeds, and right next to it we have the curly leaf. So it still has the 3 seeds and 3 fins, but it doesn't have all those little spikes on it. It's an easy way to tell the difference between the two, but either way, they have the same nutrients in them, and neither of them are toxic. So mix them up, it doesn't matter. So we're going to dry these out, and we're going to grind them up into flour in our coffee grinder. So to save you all from having to watch me go through the process of grinding it all down, just used my handy dandy little coffee grinder here, and this is the final product. Oh, and by the way, always label your harvested goods, just so you always know what it is. So inside kind of looks like coffee, and kind of coarse. Now here's the problem, is there's no gluten in the dock seed, so we can only use it as an additive to the flour. So we're also adding into the pasta, like you would say a spinach, cleavers, gallium aperine. You'll see that when you look down the shaft of them, the leaves are all whorled. They go all the way around the stalk, and they've got these little hook-like hairs, which is why they cling on to each other, and then like they'll even stick onto your skin. So just like that, it's amazing. these could possibly irritate your esophagus, so just give them a quick blanch and that breaks them down. So I'm going to chop these guys up and get them prepped for putting into the pasta. So I know I said earlier 4-to-1 for the dock seed flour and the regular flour. I meant 3-to-1. My apologies. So we're just going to add this all together, get it mixed in. Now I've chopped up those cleavers. There's not a lot, but maybe add a little greenery to it. Okay, so we are going to take our mixed flour, put it on our freshly cleaned counter, form a little mountain, and then a little pit in the middle. And in that, we're going to add 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. And I just got to break them up before I put them in there. It just makes it a little bit easier. Don't want it scrambled, so just gently. And hopefully my well is deep enough here. Oop, right, little bits at a time. Learn from our mistakes. I've never done this before, so it's all a good time. We'll finish this off. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I love my Himalayan. And a tiny little dollop of extra virgin olive oil. And then just work it all together. Alright, so we're just going to wrap this little fella up and we're going to let it rest for half an hour. So now we're going to chop up these beautiful fellas. Look at the size of them. I mean, these are only medium-sized ones. So, pretty awesome. They do shrivel up a lot. So, and the toxic look-alike has green spores, and the gill surface is kind of a greeny color. I've already done a spore print on these, so I already know what they are. I'm just going to go over looking for fir needles and whatnot. Alright, so we'll just chop these up, and I'm going to do them in good size, in fairly good chunks, because as I say, they shrivel up quite a bit. And because this is all going into, which we got to fry these first. You really want to cook these at least a good 15 minutes. So they do have some toxins in the stem or the stipe, and that's why I don't use them. They just say as long as you cook it really well, you'll be fine. But they're a little bit more fibrous, and they're not as palatable, so I'm not even going to bother with them. Alright, so we got them all chopped up. You can see they start to stain kind of orangey red. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but yeah, good indication again that you have the right thing. We're also going to add some onion. So I've already got half of one sitting in the fridge waiting to go. And we're going to chop this up pretty fine. Probably not going to use the whole thing, but I'm not going to bore you with the details of the chopping. Okay, so we have the onions all chopped up, as fine as I really want them. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. And we will add our mushrooms to this. Okay, onto the stove. Okay, to add a little depth, I have collected some fir needles and chopped them up as finely as I can. What's that? Oh, that's a piece of my thumb. No, just kidding. It's just a small piece of mushroom. So we're just going to give this, add this in to give it, like I say, a bit of depth. And then we'll go and start making our linguine noodles. Okay, so this is rested for half an hour, and we'll get into rolling it up to the thickness we want. Handy dandy roller. Okay, we have it down to the thickness we want, so we're just going to roll this up to make it easier to slice. It's going to make a lot of pasta, way more than I'll be able to snarf back. It's going to make some nice linguine sized noodles, just like this. See how they turn out. Wow, so that's pretty cool. That's the first time I have ever made pasta. Now, whether or not it holds together in the water is another question. So I'm going to continue rolling this out, and then we're going to get on to the sauce. So the sauce is as simple can be. I didn't have any heavy cream, but I did have some sour cream, and I had some milk, so I just put those together. And all I use is onion soup mix for the flavoring, because there's enough flavor in the mushroom and onion that we're going to be adding it to. So this is just Knorr or Knorr. I don't know if you have a silent K or not, like knife. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of onion powder. I know there's onion in there, but it just gives it a, I don't know, maybe it's just me. A little bit of pepper. Alright, and we will add this to the sauteing mushrooms and onions. So you can see how much it has shriveled. It really does shrink down quite a lot. Okay, so let's add our mixture for our kind of toast stroganoff, as it were. And we'll just let these flavors all join together and thicken. Yeah, if I could have a smellometer, that's pretty yummified, gotta say. So I'm going to put that on the back burner and let it simmer, and I'm going to get the water boiling for the pasta. And now we're going to see if this pasta is going to fall apart or hold its consistency. We'll find out at the end. Okay, the noodles held together, but they ain't pretty. They kind of look like chopped up old gym socks. However, they don't taste that way. I tried one raw, tried one cooked just without any sauce on it, and it's actually, it's really good. Surprised myself, and I like those kind of surprises. All right. I'll just get this sauce on here. Oh, this looks so yummy, because, I mean, this smells so freakishly good. Gee, would you like some sauce with your pasta? All right. A couple little garnishes, a couple little pieces of cleaver for some color. We'll have at the top a little piece of dock. And sticking with the theme of wild food, I made some fir needle tea, Douglas fir needle tea. We'll put it up here. There we go. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and eat well, my friends. Till next time, stay safe.